Hi everyone, it's Mariah Rossel with Healing Betrayed Soul. So today originally I was going to talk about relationships. I've been having some really great conversations about them lately. And then I remembered I am doing with my teacher a workshop on healing the betrayed soul through mobilizing archetypal powers this week. And so I wanted to actually talk about the 5 aspects of map training. And so the first aspect of map training is recognizing that we are under invasion from the shadow. And oftentimes when I say this, people are like, well, that takes away my power, takes away my control to say that I'm under invasion from the shadow. And I would say, yes, very much so. If you say, I'm a victim, I'm under invasion from the shadow, then very much so. You are being a victim. And it is taking away your power. But if you say, I have not quite learned to create the proper relationships and I am choosing to allow the shadow to control me or to be under its control, then that's how you can be empowered and having this admission that you're under invasion from the shadow. And if you don't admit this, if you don't admit that there's a problem, there's really nowhere to work from. And so we can even look at this in, terms of standard psychology, standard change practice. Until you admit that there's a problem, you can't really work on it, right? So the second step to map training is to create an inventory. You may know where you want to go, but if you don't know where you are, then it's really hard to do any work. So first step is to take an inventory. And so in map training, we deal with 5 specific areas: the psychological, the emotional, the physical, the financial, and finally social. So how do you show up in the world? And so we take this inventory to say, where are you right now? And so we can now create a path from here to there. And if we don't know where we are now, you can't actually track your progress. And that's been one of the things I've talked about. Lots of great videos on goal setting that I did at the beginning of the year. But if you don't know where you are now, even if you have completely transformed into a new person at the end of the year, you won't recognize it because it's hard to see those little changes unless you've actually tracked where you started. The third aspect of map training is to create relationships. This is creating relationships with the unknown. This is with your archetypes. This could be with teachers. It could be with, learning a new skill, like learning tarot cards, or it could be an energy healing practice. One of the big things that we focus a lot on in map training is how do we create relationships with stories, with the archetypes, with the mythology? Because once you can create those relationships with any archetype, now you can stand in your power, you can call upon that energy of that archetype and have that archetype support you on your journey with what it inherently knows and what it inherently offers. The fourth step of map training is what we call Unite Kingdoms. So every time you go around the map, the first time you do it to unite kingdoms with yourself, find out who you are and really find that space. And now each time you go through the map, and it gets faster and faster the more you do this, because you get better at it. Any skill, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. Any tool that you use, the more you do it, the easier and faster it is, right? And so we unite kingdoms. So maybe you're uniting kingdom with a romantic partner. Maybe you're uniting kingdoms with clients or a business or whatever it is. But we can't do this work alone. If you want to do any type of spiritual growth, personal growth, development work alone, it's going to be really hard. And so that's the biggest thing, is if you can start to step back and look at the perspective and say, I can only create my dreams and my reality by helping other people create their dreams and reality, and that we're doing this together as a collective, then that's going to be really powerful. And so this is that uniting kingdoms. It's, I know what I'm doing and I know what you're doing, and here let's work together in symbiosis. And this isn't saying I'm giving up my power and deference. This isn't a power hierarchy. This is people playing on the same level playing field of asking that question, how can we support each other? How can we do this together? And then finally, the 5th step to map training is stay in the game. and this is the hardest one for everyone to do, is stay in the game. So you do this work, you do all this great work, no matter what transformational methodology you're doing. You do that. And then there comes this time that we kind of get complacent. We're like, I achieved my dreams, I achieved my goals, I'm doing well, you know, I broke that pattern, I'm sober, whatever the issue is. And you're like, I'm doing great. And then we kind of forget. We forget our practices, we stop doing some of the work, and we slide back into some of those old patterns, because even though we have done the transformation, it's kind of become a part of our unconscious, and it's just our instinctual nature to work with these new tools. It's also sometimes really easy of being like, but that chocolate sounds really good, or it's just that one time. And then that's where the shadow steps right back in and says, oh, well, of course I show back up. However it is. Maybe for you it's drugs. Maybe it's men or women or sugar or TV, whatever it is. But we liked those things. They were fun. And so as soon as we get out of the game, we stop doing our new patterns, we stop our new habits, we inherently fall out of the game and can slide back into whatever those old patterns are. And so we need to remember to stay in the game. And one of the tools that we give in map training to stay in the game is a thing called the giving up prayer. And when I say giving up, it's not like I'm giving up something for Lent, you know, I'm giving it away, but giving up. It's not mine to deal with. I'm now going to give it up to Spirit. I'm giving it up to whatever I have this higher relationship to ask for, I don't know what to do with it. Can you please help me figure this out? And so it's that lack of attachment. This isn't just my battle to fight. How can I work with all those archetypes and all those energies I've worked with and give it up to them? And I will do another video on the giving up prayer. Not going to do that today. So those are the 5 aspects of map training. It's very basic, and at the same time, as you get deeper and deeper into it, there are more and more nuances. And so if you're interested, we're doing a workshop on Thursday nights, free in Boulder, 7:30 to 9, 1025 Rosewood Avenue, Suite 202. And then Friday night, 6 to 9, all day Saturday, and then Sunday is actually a sweat lodge, which is an integrated part of the workshop. And so that workshop is $295, and you can certainly come and explore map training with us on a deeper level this weekend. So PM me, comment below if you'd like to join the workshop. Or if you can't come to the workshop but you're really interested in doing this work, I do take on one-on-one clients, and I would love to work with you. So have a great day, and I will keep on talking about map training, because this process, this tool, these technologies have absolutely changed my life. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.